Bye. Directions to Bend, Oregon. Trader Joe's is an important part of every trip. So Trader Joe's is definitely a staple of every trip that I go on. I usually put the fridge in the car, I have the waters filled up, the little Gemetic jugs, and then I head to Trader Joe's on the day of or the night before the trip. I like to grab a bunch of these pre-made salads, which I know is kind of funny, but it's really nice to just have light and healthy food when I'm traveling. I feel like I just have way better energy levels and just feel better in general because I'm sitting in the car so much during the trips. But I will grab a couple packs of chicken, and I usually break that up and put it into the salads as well.
Nice, all that fits.
Of course, I've also got whipped cream and pancake mix because I like making that in the morning a lot of times. But for the most part, I really try and eat as healthy and clean as I can when I'm on the road and drink a lot of water. I find that I have way better energy levels when I do these like all-day road trips, like this one's going up to Washington. I don't need as much coffee, I don't need as much energy drinks, and overall I just feel less fatigued if I eat well and drink a lot of water. So that's kind of my go-to.
There's no inspection. Like I just mailed.
Take one?
Yeah, I'll do just one. Thank you.
I just like mailed my dad the title.
A little spicy.
And they just registered the truck.
Yeah.
He didn't have to show him ID or anything like that.
All right, morning one. Last night we drove all the way from our house in the Central Coast, and we're right now on the north side of Mount Shasta, and I think the area is called Cougar, but it's basically almost to Grass Lake on your way to Klamath Falls and then on to Bend. So stoked on this little spot though, because I've thought many times of camping in this area and never really stopped because it was always late at night or something like that. But now I've found a spot, and this spot is like perfect. That one is yours.
Poor man.
All right, guys, check this out. Can you believe this? I'm so excited to be here. This is Overland Expo Pacific Northwest, and I'm in the Firestone booth this year. The best booth setup I've seen here, and definitely the best booth setup I've ever been a part of. Super, super thankful to be here. Just excited to be working with Firestone, and yeah, I think this is gonna be a great show. It's Thursday night, so this is the calm before the storm. Tomorrow is Friday morning, and the show starts, and for the next 3 days, it's gonna be kind of wild, so let's go check it out. So here it is, all on display in the Firestone Tires booth at the Overland Expo in Redmond, Oregon. Such a cool opportunity. The booth looked absolutely incredible. It was one of the best booths for sure at the show. The Firestone team knocked it out of the park. They had the big containers there. They had a ton of open space, and it was such an honor to have the truck parked right there. I mean, I was the only truck in this entire booth, and there was a huge turnout. So that was really cool. You guys, thanks for coming up and saying hi and checking out the truck. It's been fun sharing my stuff online and sharing the projects I'm doing online, but meeting people in person who have been watching that and come up and tell you that they're enjoying it or they've been inspired by the build is a really, really neat experience. So if you are one of those people, thank you guys so much. All right, guys, the time has finally come. The show is over, and now it's time to go camping. So we're about to get in the truck and roll out. After spending a couple long days in the sun, I know the whole team and myself are definitely ready to get out in the trucks and get outside. These little trips have been really fun. I think this is like the 4th Firestone trip that I've gone on, and a lot of them are just really, the tires play like a really background role, which is so fun because I feel like get invited by a tire company to go do something, you expect to be sat down and like talked about tires the whole time, but really that's like the exact opposite. These trips have felt just like meeting up with a bunch of new and old friends and then just going exploring together. The tires, we probably talked about tires specifically maybe 5 minutes out of the entire 2 days. The rest of it is going to places like this. This is our first campsite right on this river, just epic spot, and hanging out and just having good times with each other. So we just got to the campsite. I'm gonna set up the camper now. How's that for a campsite? This is like the ultimate spot for this camper. So stoked. Alright, so we just got to our first campsite. Just a couple minutes off the road really, maybe 15 minutes off the highway, but check out this spot. So cool. In the trees, we have the sun, we have like the perfect sized river where it's like really flowing, but it's not so much that you can't jump in, so I'm definitely gonna jump in. This is a really cool way to start the trip. Gotta love a good scramble. This spot is so fun, guys. The river is like perfect. It's a little windy this afternoon, but I bet during this like heat of the day, it's probably insane just a swimming spot. So Oh, look at this. All right, I think I'm gonna head back down there. I've got the truck set up, I've got the bed set up, looks super comfortable, and I think we're gonna go have some dinner with the rest of the crew. We meet again.
I know. Here we go.
What is this? This looks insane.
This is it's our signature burger. It's like a melted brie burger with caramelized onions, bacon, and an apple and arugula slaw.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So morning number one, we just had breakfast. Overland Cookery made some super tasty stuff again. It's so fun having them on the trip. It's like such a unique experience to wake up and have like gourmet food. But we had sausage and eggs and baked beans and bacon, and it was like a British breakfast is what they called it. Super, super good. And then just a super beautiful location by the creek or the river. Went in this morning, dipped off. Just, I love getting in the water. It's so much fun. And just the light coming through the trees, the smells, everything is just like quintessential camping. So I think we're about to wrap up now and head to our next camp for tonight. And we got like most of the day, I think, of driving and exploring on the southeast side of Mount Hood. So it should be really beautiful. And I'm excited to check it out. Dinner time. Overland Cookery cooking up some insane salmon right now, and they did a cheese plate. We got here I think we got here about 2 hours ago after a long time in the truck. A lot of driving today, probably more than I would like to do normally, but we had a forest fire to contend with that got in the way of our original campsite, so we had to reroute multiple times, but ended up finding this really beautiful meadow, tons of flowers all around. Got out for a little bit of a run, was able to call the family And now we've been just getting some footage, flying the drones a little bit, but it's time to sit down at the table and finally hang out and enjoy some awesome food.
Cheese, walnuts, apples, grapes, hot honey, and some fresh French bread. And dinner we did our classic grill night with our signature crispy skin smoked salmon, chimichurri, grilled ribeye, grilled asparagus, and garlic bread. And right now we're doing a classic bananas Foster's, which I love in the field. It's come together pretty quick and it's warm, especially right now because it's kind of cold out. And we're gonna pour it over some fresh vanilla ice cream. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
This is a perfect night for the diesel heater out here. It's dropped down to being, I think, in the 40s, but it feels freezing. After having been in the 90s, it feels super cold, and we're up high kind of elevation. Diesel heater is gonna be amazing. I love this thing. Well guys, finished up my coffee. So beautiful out here. Just like a really peaceful little mountaintop meadow. Just kind of like you'd picture it, like in a little picture book. Forest edge all the way around, and then all these flowers. You guys, you'll know what flowers these are, but I want to say this is Queen Anne's lace and lupin, but it's just intermixed throughout the grass, and the birds are going off, and it's just like, there goes one right there. It's just like super, super beautiful and relaxing and kind of just picturesque. Really nice way to wrap up the last morning of the trip, and really the whole like week, because I left the house on Wednesday about 1 o'clock, and today is Tuesday about 8 o'clock. So tomorrow is going to be a full week away from the family, which doesn't sound like much probably for a lot of people, but that's pretty rare that me or my wife are away from the kids for a full week. It's a long time. It's a lot for the other person to be watching the kids that much without any support at the house. I mean, we have family and stuff in town, so that helps a lot, but it's still a lot. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to get back home and see the kids and see the wife, but yeah, I just wanted to wrap up. Oh, I see a little squirrel. Yeah, but just wrap up here. Just had some coffee. Gonna have breakfast burritos. I think we're gonna roll out, head back down into Hood River, have a dinner or have lunch, I think. And and head home. I'll see you guys in the next adventure.